It is not in the hands of the police to decide so I'm here for demonstration and not me uncle. So until such a time, sir, police say never call court. I'm here with a court order, which says I'm here for demonstration of last Sabbath anymore. On the 28th, about 2 p.m., United Shell of Transport, where a different demonstration altogether. Galamsey say you didn't come out and pay Ebusua and cost. Now, a lot of impact on the future generation. And see, we are calling on the Ghanaian public. It is not about President Mahama. Even if it is about him, he is the president of the day. And our responsibility said, Obeke Galamsey, Asia Etimi Eti. Yabusa se vote board me by there. Also, over to vote. Now, every month we are on more target of 12 tons. Many of you are now saying, say, vote board, and cover Newmont, and cover precious mining, and cover Anglo Gold Ashanti, and cover all the big mining centers. It is over 12 tons so long. And here for no many free. It means Galamsey for no better. No better say a small scale mining. So your President John Mani Mahama, or your campaign or catch it say, a good for to buying a day your friend be LI 2462. I am not going for a crop forest reserve. I go to a year ago. Already our bar will be repeated. Bonikas or gas will be repeated. But it's too much water. And they were by our say, Sir and Marano, all repealing, they were myself or shot the house. I mean, we started advocacy on Galamsey not just today, but years ago we've been advocating against Galamsey illegal mining. Even last year, which was the ultimate of it all, a major election year where the stakes were very high for all political parties, we still did not relax and we did not relent on our efforts in advocating against Galamsey. And so today, it is not justified, and nobody can justify the fact that why didn't we speak in time past, and why are we now deciding to speak? We did not. It's a kind of new say you're showing your forester. What you know about punishment? They will be in China for the break over to Galamsey. Get him say any other Burkina for the break going to Galamsey. It's a no catch as a what you want. Or must say you show, or must say a forest. You need a year in your manual column near Yare. They were already over 2 minutes for China back. Over 2 minutes for Burkina back. No papa, no super, no way you're going, and I buy. Good morning to all of you. Indeed, we are grateful for your time. We are happy that upon a very short notice, you've been able to join us here at Kwame Nkrumah Center. And as you all know, I believe strongly that majority of you may know these faces. My very self and my brother Okatakyie Afrifa. Our mission here this morning is very simple. We belong to an organization called the Generational Right Protection Society. And as the name implies, we believe that, clearly everything we do today as a people have a future implication. And so there are certain things that publicly, just not on our media stations, but as well throughout the entire country, we must be able to draw the attention of the large Ghanaian population. We have called you here this morning to address issues about Galamsey. And precisely the mission is very simple. We all know, very much aware of the issues happening with our environment. And arguably nobody today can speak to the fact that, Galamsey has no negative impact on our communities, on our societies, and then on our lives as a people. Definitely, if we are to reason around these assertions, then what it means is that, we are not being truthful to ourselves as individuals. Because from time immemorial, and for the past few years as a country, we are battling with a canker called Galamsey. Illegal mining is something that is eating the moral fabric of every aspect of our society. For the shared purposes that, some few brothers of ours want to enrich themselves so quickly and would want to do that not on the rightful manners. We have laws regulating our country when it comes to the mining sector. And so we strongly believe that by the prescriptions of Act 703, which is the Minerals and Mining Act,
I mean, it is legal for people to go into mining, but definitely not the manner in which we see today. And so we would want to begin by giving you a very brief background of what we stand for. And we want the entire nation to understand the fact that it is not because power has changed today that we are speaking up. I mean, we started advocacy on Galamsey not just today, but years ago we've been advocating against Galamsey illegal mining. Even last year, which was the ultimate of it all, a major election year where the stakes were very high for all political parties, we still did not relax and we did not relent on our efforts in advocating against Galamsey. And so today, it is not justified, and nobody can justify the fact that why didn't we speak in time past, and why are we now deciding to speak? We did not just decide to speak today. And we must place the emphasis on the fact that even last year, at the latter part of the year, I mean, we started an advocacy which will fight enormous. Whichever party benefited from our advocacy is not what we are here to talk about. But precisely we are here to talk about the work we did as journalists and as advocates for our environment. We are the only two Ghanaian journalists who had the courage to go into the dungeons and then to arrest Chinese nationals, even ahead of the election. And those ones are already placed on record. And so it is not for shared wickedness and for the shared propaganda of it that today power has changed hands, and so we must speak against Galamsey and make supposedly a certain government unpopular. That is not the mission. The mission and the fact still remains that Galamsey, as we spoke about last year ahead of the election, is still happening today. And even as we speak today, the expectations for which we thought that by now we ought to have seen some level of changes within our environment is not so. And so it has every responsibility and every bearing on us as a people not to relent on our efforts, but as well to let the entire nation understand the fact that Galamsey is still predominant even as we speak this morning. And so we have put ourselves together as a group. We are ready to champion the cause and to raise the advocacy a little bit more higher, because we know the impact Galamsey is having on our communities and our people. The excesses of it cannot be underestimated. So we called you here for a very simple message. Galamsey must fall, and indeed we have an intended demonstration coming up beginning on the 28th of this month. And that is our sole mission here this morning. We want the entire country to know that yes, indeed, there were several promises that were given during the campaign season, but today few has been done. We want clear directives as to how the government of the day is fighting Galamsey. The minister who has been placed in charge of natural resources and lands must give the country and the entire populace a very good blueprint as to how we are managing our environment and how we are putting this canker called Galamsey. And so it's very simple. The message is clear. We have an intended demonstration coming up on the 28th of this month, and we are calling all and sundry. The entire population of Ghana must begin to realize the devastating effects of Galamsey if nothing is done about it. What we have seen in the last 100 days of a new regime is the fact that it's been a mere rhetoric, and I must take the emphasis that everything we see today and everything government claims to be doing about Galamsey today has been done before in the past. The result we still see around us is the level of devastation. And so the measures being put in place today is not adequate enough to fight the menace, and we would require that government will give us a new blueprint and a new direction as to how this canker can be managed and can be uprooted. Now, say many but here. Yet I assume Wahano playing off very simple. Yeah, can you know, and it's a Galamsey idea. In fact, you know, you Susan Swan and Eva. Make one me appear to be Okatakyie Afrifa. And feel the great trouble, any Muslim the great trouble, you didn't come up with me about Galamsey. and yet the Edika near Yebo Galamsey would the rule. Actually, man, signing the Asili Ghana for the dance. Yin Kuma Kakabia, one more your mother said, one better cigar, but one more for my papa for El. They are causing a lot of destruction to our environment. Now, the excessive effects, and it's environment now, essay, and then, in 3 months, we'll have to benefit from the same environment and they will be able to. So, the level at which I hear Galamsey, essence, I say, essence you, and that time on you, because as we speak, it's only in our due to its stabilization. Now, we are saying, say, abide our responsibility. Say, the old Ghana needs someone's responsibility, say, Bibi Koso, Bibi Papa, Obeka was it. Abide our Sodier, our responsibility, say, Galamsey, no, Obet Miashe, by the 2 years. Message I can say, very simple. Even in an election year, stakes no air very high. People believe, say, okay, Galamsey, who was a man. At the end of the day, no, any idea benefit here by our notice one. We still went ahead. You be home from what you can WhatsApp, you call site, I would want portray videos, no edit by it. Reportage, I would want in no, but the problem here, no, and it's a in the past years, no, as a country, baby, I that's it. The fight against Galamsey, no, and no baby. Yes, you shall some result, I think, no, it's me, Abba. Eti no credit eye ba ko pe eye fita Galamsey say you bin komo anope egusu a enkoso na a lot of impact on the future generation. And we are calling on the Ghanaian public. It is not about President Mahama. Even if it is about him, he is the president of the day, and our responsibility said Obeshe Galamsey asie etimi atu ye can be a say adie bia ye hu enei say ye beko bush ye beti excavators ye beti nkofo a eye Galamsey ni nyina ye hu bi da. Professor Frimpong what report our year extensively Nana Adudanko Akufo Addo ban na ode ba here for 2 years na ye small scale mining in this country ni nyina no anko ankosia. Okay, so the truth no any say enei Ekwanya Yemfasua, Minister said, Yede Ko Galamsey, in fact, result to no back because there are certain party people are one year involved. One more Ekasani Maya Yeka was it. And we need more pragmatic measures. Say a bani Galamsey now, young ban in the crowd. Small scale young person, baby, young ban. State of emergency, and assessor of Penny declare. We are telling him this morning, say, SSO declare because on mine no yensa see young for yensio, your cocoa, any BBR essay, and a lot of negative impact. Yen to me, Edia. The baby baby no more grow for Yemianoma, a won't croak it to a woman yensio, I will go to me and so at the BBR. And until I will pay the credit here, say on the 28th of April, possibly, you will be next week Monday. Yet the demonstrations so go as successful. And actually, I'm buying any we are seeing now. Say, yes, for 29 now, one more call here was of a jack. Our ministers, every Ghana, everything promises a whole. Say environment, you know, you're disabled, all that you the humanity and nothing has said. For that reason, the people must be serious about the fight against Galamsey. And I'll pay your friend one. Yes, I'm going to here. The Ekanyano and say Galamsey must fall on the 28th of April. Thank you.
You call me a cabby brave, Mr. Speaker, or cabby brave. But they can't be the power. You're just there. Yedikai. But I'm saying, in society, in him MDB, and in him NDC, in him CBD, and in him PSC. Akolaya omechi da elko. Akolaya omechi amonu mo sofi. Onyina yeni sobeto ma MDB. Sobeto ma NDC. Anyone is a Galamsey, it's an issue. The issue so ever and true blue and true green. And true baby, I say, NDC for economy. But true baby, I say, it's happy for economy. You know, I say, I'm baby, NDC, I almost go now. A brand of two. Say, I get a possible. Ghana mine, Ghana ma. You better consult with a political. I am for politics and memoir. And I am who was said, Mama Tracy, you know, the dance here. Say, my political party, I'm a join. Time or more, a bemu. Not yet, we are no beer, a do frupe. Pesamin Kumina, I show a momenti. Among Pesa Bia, Kakra Benoit. Ye baby be a dear and your baby than your super duet. Eti adisi kapɛ ɛsɛ nsuo ne saa ɛni aban a etwa mu no ɛyɛ kufu ado aban emfie nwɔtwe ɔba bɛdi yɛ ne yɛ amane ho antɔ no wɔ Galamsey hɔ edi bosome baako a yɛkɔ akɔto aba ɛni me nua kwa me speaker ana fɛ tuo ɛto yɛ kɔn ho a yɛwura atano anua forest ɛkɔkye China fɔma ne bɛyɛ nsɛm bebree just so you people know Galamsey ku any political party color. Na yaba bedum pempenso a aban asesa. Aban ne sesa ya no. Enioma ne yesusu se aban ne beye within 100 days. Enioma aban ne ye nyina kire se onye na adwene se obe fight Galamsey. Edi entia. Aban tawa omo opposition. Omo ka kire akufo do aban se on declare state of emergency. Na yɛmfa toto ɛyɛ measures ni yie bɛbɔ abo nyinaa yɛni a yɛte ɛnɛ wɔba yɛ 100 days over state of emergency no yɛni krai ɛnɛ me ne wo kasa yi it looks like the only reason tí a bɛ kasa Galamsey sɛ wonyɛ ɛyɛ because those who were perceived to be benefiting were the people in power eti yɛn sisa na ɔmo nso mmra ɛmɛyɛ the same thing. And then we are some trouble. You have got money to your home. You have probably free room in a big room. A big room is almost done more. And when another so I went to me and say a movie, you know, then you should both MPPO and DCU. A true son as a young to before Yakodia. A bunny is so much of a young and above your motor. It's a kidney disease is ever and statistics. You in the next 10-15 years. Kidney disease is record show. And Kola Yabba when you send in nine record show. About time on Banyamwa, or when you're school best time, because of his shame was a record show. Now, I know me and your Koyana by. I don't see a generational right protection society. I am representatives. We are calling on all and sundry Californian asset. And when I do say, Yenina, a couple more. The catching penny for or more a year the power to stop this Galamsey. Said enough is enough. Their prayer demonstration. Enough necessary. Sabio President John Dramani Mahama, or your campaign or catching it said, a good for to buy a day your friend be LI 2462. I am not going for a crop forest reserve. I will go to a year ago. Already our bar will be repeated. Bonica's or gas will be repeated. But it's not what you are. And they were by our say, Sir and Marano, all repealing, they were myself or shot the house on the Akaka. And you will see a said, Nada Roman. Galamsey and walk actually so very repealing. One country so much on the heart, actually. 28, Yakobusano. Said, I don't want son agree. Ye, no flew. Oba ye was a Galamsey, yet, illegal mining yet, it will go be careful. Oba ye American 10 no year 7 feet. About what be I a friend of gold board. Yabusa gold board near by there. Or so a moment to vote. Now every month can be a more target of 12 tons. Many will be in our students say gold board no. And cover Newmont. And cover precious mining. And cover Anglo Gold Ashanti. And cover all the big mining centers. It is over 12 tons so and here for no many free. It means Galamsey for no better no. No better say a small scale mining. But we don't be engineering himself for the small scale mining concession. And so what you want you know, and this small scale mining, any track of here. And by setting up the gold board, it is an indirect way of promoting Galamsey. Again, you are Mutala, Interior Minister. Mutaka Buba. Yemia Mutaka say, we Interior Minister. They will obey to Mukone say. They say, what a year or be a 1 year Ghana now, or say you show, or say you're forester. A minor average officer. I'm punishing you on the name of Obedi Ponti. Yes, it's a Ghana new for say you're showing your forester. What you know about punishment? They will be in China for the Bray going to Galamsey. Get him say, I'm not a kid of Weber going to Galamsey. It's a no catcher as a what you want. Or must say you show, or must say a forest. Yania, you didn't a man won't call them near Yare. They were already over 2 minutes for China back. Over 2 minutes for Burkina back. No papa, no super, no way you're calling, and I buy. That's in the air can say, I buy the share. Some of that when you be before from back, or reset it, or be a state of emergency. Near Yanaya back. Near to shop one pie before sure. You bet you would, you know. Then, so the first 100 years, you know, and your more they work on Yana, the political world is not there. It's yesterday in Ghana for on the 28th of a year, Samanki, which is a good day. And right now, what you're prepared. Yenina, you wish you were gas sports. Now, your boss hunting, now your call a year flat house. Then we bet in a police headquarters. Here the police for him for us. A banner say, your person, your family, and your man. Or the number 1 law enforcement agents. And the for so long, we are not able to curtail the menace of Galamsey and illegal mining. That's here we saw who we are. Now, for the seat of presidency, which is the executive arm of government. So, when we commission military shanensa, police shanensa, or Kasuba Kukulo Betimiako, Adentina, a state of emergency, no access. So, what you may answer here, then you know when you're in common, I find the way forward. When you see a better one, now you will be a friend of Public Order Act. Public Order Act, and Mra, a what's a demonstration, and any special event to be a open show. Now, Generational Right Protection Society, yet this summer, so at the Ayakrata, Aquacoma, a police, Accra region. It was a Marano section 1, they say. So when you're working this a special event to be annual. Fakrata, a yet notification of intention. When you are a baby, you can't tell what was your police permit? So, and Marano can say police permits. What's the woman notify or it satisfied that a requirement of the law. Over section 2 and 3 now will say, so police officer what they a year notification in the manual. So what did you say BBT? What to be Mamma Coin, and demonstration on grounds of security, on grounds of a year disturbance of public order, on grounds of BBR. As one name a year organized as in the year. Now, what to talk a year mono, a find a common ground. And by the police in also follow that requirement. I'm afraid, and almost say, Black Star Boss and Nimono, all my acquaint and young couple. It's a way security zone. Yet we say as a security zone, I find you declare. And there be a way security zone. If it's a look, I say, not one and one of the year. They don't be near 5 Black Star Boss and in the year. Or my truck, Krata, Amaye, Generational Right Protection Society, Krata Police, Atramaye. Sir, and in the beer, woman to me, am I a fine young of Flag Star House anymore? Our bra, Occupy Ghana, Apple, demonstration, Flag Star House anymore, we see, get to proper White House, and before demonstration for White House, we see, get to proper Buckingham Palace, and before demonstration, when we see, and she had the other way at W. Gosford, what was here to be my home demonstration? And the Okatakyie police in the set. And Maranica under section 5 said, section 5 and 6 says, how do you organize a Silicia? That's a Yamumba proposing organize a citizen company. police in the Omen is on back of court. I'm a judge, I'm more order. And then police in court. Then she wanted to be a one knee, I'm at home. Actually, I said, oh, my coin, Emma, young call a flag service anymore. Then you sack a crack at all. Now, way and farm at a it is only the courts that has the power to protect the fundamental rights of the people. It is not in the hands of the police to decide so I'm here for demonstration and not me uncle. So until such a time, sir, police say never call court. I'm here with court order, which says I'm here for demonstration of flag service anymore. On the 28th, about 2 p.m., then you know share of transport where a different demonstration altogether. And yet the usual and on purpose here we are now. 2 p.m. you know share of transport. Near Nantia a police headquarters. The few are for bottom pim, now flag service in anymore. They are terrible overnight. The message is very simple. The near Papa John Dramani Mahama, Elpa Kodin Komo. The Abusan said 3 days. Up by a cogent plan. Our neighbor shall be a Galamsey. And why the minister, Aqua press conference. The press conference in Arsenal. And you show one minister, wow. Hey, minister there. Send your forest, you know. And I will. Yes, hallelujah. It's the yaka. I find as a minister, no one else short on it here. Yet you go home, as soon as you put me and that. It's a minister show our Galamsey Samodia. He should tell each and every one of you the extent to which I am in Ayaba. The more minister needs to say, yeah, to you to me. Executive power, no minister, no one. What our cabinet? What our team here, Rajan Ramani Mahamadin Komo. It is a Benian person. About to Bempen, so as a forester say, I'm a minister, Tinishua, and you're a minister, no. The sooner I am, also will be, also should be. Our country President John Dramani Mahama said, Yapre, on the clear state of emergency, said, no, Okatakyie Afrifa, no. Near you, I am back to the drawing board. Young fun, your man walk well. And when you ever for sure, you're good, you better. There will be any say you show and say your forest. Make a nature for Guano. Generational Right Protection Society. We are taking inspiration from a Yamanano, Benson Saba. He shows some when you know what's the Aborigines Right Protection Society now. Aborigines Right Protection Society, no. Elizabeth, and then Nahinie, and a cultural, everybody said, your friend, the Crowns Act Bill. Now, Crowns Act Bill, no, the better they are. Was here another one say, our mother show, entire scapegoats, and an important when you know. Or by just answer, said they are share a year there, crown, I said. The man says, I'm saying, hey. Now, what about you, Kodia? In Chima Bede and Yasas here, it was more than a year home. Actually, tonight, a boy. And every year, so, Pessamin coming up, media for you, I can. Every year, so it's a campaign, what's the campaign? Yapako say, you're showing me a brown cacas, a Mokwan too, and yes, sir. It is an issue about and yet the next generation of Maya. And yet the Generational Right Protection Society, Ekan Yulan said, yet to mean now. Emma the greed of the selected few to destroy the future of the next generation. So Munyana media follow on the 28th 2 p.m. on Blasport. Here Nancy Rajan Ramani Mama and for your shoe and your how and concussion. Yada Munyana wants to see a friend of bye. God bless you. As a job for me. Ghana for market beauty and then baby. Now, Seba, Galamsey, and Topadia, we know we must have and Topadia for Kaya, and I'm sure, and Anambia and Tiasi. That's father now, what you control you or buy, and a more good now said, and no. The only other said, I dear me, Mako said, I meant Tiasi. And he said, I was like, one year the most rich can somewhere. Japan said, as I do it, what do I want for? I was for that 1,000 feet. But Japan want to say, you need get a clan and you and you probably get you more to go now. You can't say, Sam, I see you.
go do that for a while, possible. I don't think that's our pass of land way. Yes, sir, for a while. Not your once and yet that one. Sasana, dear, and the Amawa, Yama 4,000 feet. No go to our airport from giving you a pay. Who are Wakatapo? That's how that's spreading or assassinating. What sense are sitting here? Who are Wajawako? And lazy way. And the pescan time. Mean more investment. Oh, mommy, about the game. I have collaborators. LPP near discipline form. And I was share about China. Chinese Amazon say, China need to know when you will go. I partisanship and then say Ghana. Up for say, 1 million there. What your crowd of provider? No matters, matters. Oh, my, we get a kidney problem. And then what was I said, Tony? Now, summer, over the Jeffrey Fanny, or the Kelma of Fabano, make it put him in my pool. And now, Coco, the one other will say, yes. Anybody, Benoit, the Lamsama, Omania, and the friend said, kidney problems. They say, election may call. I start to recommend, yeah, Galamsey, million. So do all this. Never, Mamma, can power, yeah, so bad, or Baba sister, Galamsey, me, minimum get the house from focus money. And I got many do. As I said, Yana Nama, 7 years, 4 years to perform. Of what say, never underground mania, local, except for next year underground. Sister, I never saw. Now, was a follow. No, my dear, Emuno. Open time, Yana tomorrow, underground, and the bathroom. Yana particles, Kakrabu. Yana no with the milk, a perfect a Kakra. Your friend gather and set.
It's a demonstration.
Eddie, Opiana demonstration with Yara Mama Crown for the year. So when you have been set, what demonstration is set? Yes, when you acquire and say, when you know one. And you have a to be there. And the craft and umbrella. I can't say that. No one but the president run, the nearby and also on the football. But on some kind and you might cross one. As I did before me, a grand this for not Ghana, as a proper way. Now you say for Maui. Say the other man who caught Ghana. I will go to water. Every minute or so, then you're not Sakanya April. Never, your friend memo of the Abel 14 10. Get me Kasaki, we are seeing now. Get us slap. I cannot for a liberation. If you are some, Obia, the figure to news. Now, Mamma, California, to say, Papa, for Panama for. I didn't know the there were many years. Chicago Pena, so much, and I said, Papa, what you ever saw. If you are some, Obia, then I have put out food. Get a massive about. Is you and I. In time past, now a few people, just a few people were advocates about this whole Galamsey. Now we are saying that the fight against Galamsey should not remain on our media platforms and social media alone. We are saying that we should take the advocacy a little bit higher. That is why we are calling for everyone to be part of the demonstration which we have scheduled for the 28th of this month.
Many of those questions now. Let's even assume the government did not do anything in the past. Okay, that is the more reason we voted for this government to come and do something. But then the accountability, the FBB social contract, the Obama, the mistake that you will make is that we don't have executive power. Many of us here they say, I can hear John Ramani Mama demonstration. And 1 minute before the crowd, over demonstration, we don't have executive power. It will about the country, no about the country, the only executive power, and Yamano. It's about demonstration in India. Now, a solution, a project plan, I want assurance what he intends to do with that executive power will give him. If you have a phone yet, a Abayan said, you catch a move for a minor, went to Every time I see a man on show, who say yes, you answer. I didn't be a near me. As simple as ABC. Next question.
What's the bad point? About Accra, then you do something in Western region and other regions. So, more across the demonstration, the Camuya of Honoma, it's me one. I say no, let it be Siano points that I bear demonstration one now.
Executive power, sorry. I think the microphones are here. Executive power, you know, you're going to couple. You're going to one show, you're going to book a show. Maybe you're taking a major decision in play. I know what political activity is essentially. And you're talking about say, and it's a known fact, and no problem about yourself right knowledge. Get your name in some political class level. The bishop actually, I want to talk about say, that you have political class, but you're not here. The amount of cash enough is enough. You're better come here. It's in China. Emmanuel. Top radio. Okay.
Like I said, what do you make of President promise to airline? But when voted in office, they have rather table for spending. That's one. Two, the government, when they came into office, it's less than 6 months. They've made number of arrests in the fight against Galamsey. Recently, Chamau Akota mining has been fingered in an illegal mining and selling of land for illegal mining. What is your take on that?
Okay, so the illegal, officer said is the what? Less than
6 months.
The first question was what? Sir, Abino, it is not true. Sir, Abino taking measures here. Say, you have to change for. You just wait for Comuram. Yes, she excavators. You know, was Abino came more. Yes, I know many people. Them are young pursuing. We will buy also Abino will show at taking measures. Yes, you change for. Yes, she excavators. When you work as a you cannot continue to do the same thing over and over and expect different results. It is a good photo of buying at a chain for SSC excavators. Now you are going to be say, you're a John Money, Baba. Now I'm not sure you're the same thing. You're the same fear for the year. The other car said, I buy the car so very repeating LI 2462. That's what I also bear amending. I know the Sabi a deception to the people. So, catch them out for some more trouble, mammy. Now you buy a very repealing bra. Now, Bandas will say, oh, I've had your man at home. You have ever born a honey heart a crab. But did this one a man follow every year? And until I made frost, I am called near Copusa a year, you're a John Money Mama. So I didn't see what catch so very repealing LI 2462. Never buy or so bad and dinner. Looking at how be the demonstration or whatever.
Mr. Mankwa. Me offer was say ni ska banie de awie ni project no. Eso de bia me offer sika ma ne wo problem.
Enemremu. Na monte tap sending kan.
No so ne de.
Tap send here easy, fast and secured way. Ubetimi send sika free amanone. Aba Ghana bank account and as a mobile money account. Untia transfer fee bia.
Sir, I obey ne say.
Chine say won call App Store na Play Store. On download the tap send app no. Or download ya. Ebebu sanso promo code. Oma the pet TV shim. Obenya €5, £5, and answer $10 on his first transfer.
And you make kwa friend a catch them.
Tabi minyanwe. Esanse tap send at the good news aba. Tap send the giving the customers wanti or the tap send wallet aba.
I know about any say.
So your customer who you kesisia. Ubetimi akọ tap send app no no create wallet woso. Enti se rate ne kosora now the sika kogu wallet no. Anase mpo betimi atususu nkakra enti abere sema opeso send sika ba Ghana no anse wa send sika na ba Ghana anase oba o my Ghana mu watimi ayusu sika e wo wallet no tie
and you said to say you use momo Ghana hayru
sa pepe se si tap send that trena shim kopiem wo United Arab Emirates, Netherlands and Austria. Tap send na
papa no